be cool. Okay, so my camera's like on my tripod, but I don't have the part of it that you screw into the camera that connects it to the tripod. It's just chilling on there, so if there's too much movement from me, then the camera will fall. And the camera and the tripod are balancing on my laptop, and the tripod, it's like sharp metal at the bottom, so if the tripod falls, it's going to scrape my laptop. There's just a lot of things that will go wrong if I move too much, so I'm trying to be very still. And I know that you can't really like see me too much, it's just like a floating head. I couldn't balance it correctly given my precarious situation. But when I find the piece, which it isn't lost, I just haven't unpacked everything. When I find the piece, then we won't have this problem again. Okay, so hey Allie, how's it going? I watched your video just now, and it really was not as bad as you thought it was. I don't know why you thought it was terrible, and I'm kind of sad I didn't get to see the second video because you said that it wasn't swell, but I would have watched it. I'm sure it wasn't that bad. Currently I'm trying to find my cell phone because I took some notes about stuff I wanted to say, just because you asked me some things in your video that I thought I'd get to. First of all, I guess like your video like somehow made me feel really terrible and also pretty great at the same time. So, because at first you were like saying how you remembered me saying how you shouldn't be too busy during your senior year, and that was the reason why you didn't do a lot during your senior year. And I was like, oh, she's going to say that worked out really well for her because it was really relaxing to have that time off. But then it was the opposite, and you said that it kind of fucked with your time management, and that made me feel really bad. And I guess I didn't stop and think about it, but I feel like it's one of those things where if you ask any of the people like Allie or Catherine who had a ton of stuff to do, they would have told you they wish they had less to do. But if you ask someone who didn't have anything to do, like how you didn't really have anything to do, you wish you had more. So there really is no way to fix it. It's kind of a catch-22 situation. So, but I was really thinking at the time like what I wish I would have done because it was really stressful for me. But yeah, sorry if it ruined your time management, but if it's any consolation, I feel like if you get really busy in college, then your time management's gonna like instantly go right back to how it was. So it's not actually that terrible. And in general, it's important to just try to keep your time management up. So maybe this was a really good learning experience that, you know, sometimes you feel like if you're not super busy, it ruins your time management. That's how it is for me. If I'm not involved in 100 things, I'm like, what am I supposed to do with my body? So, but it's important to always be able to keep yourself productive and have good time management. So there's that. But it made me feel kind of good that you were saying that I sort of help you be more productive because you have that little Bree voice. That's cute. That tells you to do things. I appreciate it. I'm flattered by that. I was pausing to look at something on Tumblr that's relevant to this video later. Anyway, what else? What does this mean? Watching movies. Oh yeah, when you were talking about how we had just watched Weird Science and that worked out really well and you were glad that it worked out well and it was a good time and we should do more of that. That's great. Obviously we've done that a lot more. We'll probably continue to do it for a long time. I'm glad it works out so well and I'm glad that our friends think it's so cool. Sometimes I feel like when I invite Lauren and Arizona to like ever do it if they want to, like we could do like a 3-way call or like a 4-way call, I kind of feel like I'm interfering with something that's like our thing, and I don't know if you ever feel that way, like you're sort of like, we don't want them on our territory because that's the thing that you and I do, but I also feel like it doesn't really matter because it's not like they would actually do that, because Lauren and Arizona, like if I fall asleep a lot, Lauren and Arizona are like me times 20, so it's not like they would ever actually be able to do that because they would be asleep. So yeah, and then I meant to ask you, I was gonna make part of this video just like a response to the scream party that we had, and I meant to ask you if you had like intentionally not invited Xochi to the scream party, because immediately, like I didn't see your invite on Facebook, but she doesn't have a Facebook, but anyway, immediately when people were coming, I kind of like expected her to be there because she's your friend, and then I was like thinking like, if you invited her, that probably would have made me angry. So it was like, I'm expecting you to, but I hope that you don't, but I'll be surprised if you don't. I don't know. But then she didn't come, and I was like, oh, it's probably because Allie didn't invite her. And I didn't know if that was just because of like our situation, which I appreciate, or if you just didn't think she would be interested in it, or it just didn't cross your mind to invite her. And I was kind of curious because we didn't ever talk about it. I didn't really bring it up, so that's why. Also, you were talking about how you finished Daria and you wanted access to My So-Called Life. You're welcome. Because you wanted to watch like a TV show that's sort of relevant to where you are in your life right now. And if I knew of any other TV shows, because you said that you wanted to like rewatch Freaks and Geeks. And I'm surprised that you're not watching Undeclared, because like I made a point of saving Undeclared until I graduated high school, because I wanted to watch it right before I started college, because I felt like it was a good show to watch right before you start your freshman year of college. And it's the sequel to Freaks and Geeks. I mean, not really, obviously, but some people from Freaks and Geeks are in it, and it's Judd Apatow again, and it's cool. Did Judd Apatow do Freaks and Geeks? Yes. I don't know. It's cool. I like it. I don't know if you've seen it, but you haven't mentioned it, so I'm gonna assume you haven't, but I figure that you know what it is if you know what Freaks and Geeks is. And you're a much bigger fan of Freaks and Geeks than I am. I never know what you're talking about when you talk about Freaks and Geeks, because I have seen it once and then never watched it again, and just I honestly could not even name all the characters. I would be like, Lindsay, Millie, Seth Rogen, James Franco. I have no idea. So I don't remember any of the episodes. Maybe I'm the one who should be watching it again. Probably. It occurs to me right now that my like apartment room is so quiet that everybody else can probably hear me, so I'm trying to tone down my voice a little bit because I think I'm kind of loud. Let's see. Reading. What am I reading right now? Okay, so I'm reading Salem's Lot by Stephen King. It's the first Stephen King book I've actually sat down to read all the way through, which may come as a surprise because I'm a huge Stephen King fan. You would think that I've read at least one of his other books. No, but I'm trying to make it my goal this summer to watch all of his movies and read all of his books, which is technically impossible, but I think it's good to have a goal anyway. So I'm gonna read as much as I can and watch as much as I can. It is fantastic. Like, I'm not even that far into it. I don't know if you can see. I'm not even that far. It's, oh my god, I love it. What is this about? It's about this creepy house called the Marston House in this town called Jerusalem's Lot. And the writer from the town goes back home because he's having writer's block and he needs to be there. It's set in Maine, which is awesome, and where Stephen King is from. So that's really cool. It's probably why I like him so much. But anyway, he goes back to Jerusalem's Lot to help with his writer's block, and it just so happens when he comes back that a creepy person moves into the house, and people start disappearing. So yeah, it's really cool. I was a really big fan of the movie from... There's two movie versions. I've only seen the one that's like the 1970s made-for-TV version. There's another one that I heard is kind of shit, but the 1970s made-for-TV version is like, I feel like it takes a certain kind of person to appreciate it, but it's also kind of a cult classic, so anyone who's a fan of horror movies has probably at least heard of it. Well, like a big fan of horror movies, not like a casual fan. And 70s horror is my favorite genre of horror movies, so that is how I stumbled upon it. I saw it on YouTube, because YouTube has all of the greatest 70s horror films. I don't know why, but yeah, it's so good, and I loved it. And also, I don't know if the book is going to be about the same thing, but in the movie, the creepy thing going on in the house has to do with, has a little bit to do with vampires. And I don't know if you know this about me, but I love vampires, and I feel very insecure talking about it ever since Twilight came out. It kind of like ruined the whole thing for me because people make fun of me now, and I also feel like vampires get a bad reputation now, and people aren't really willing to make good vampire movies anymore or write good books about vampires anymore because like the audience is going to either think it's about Twilight, think it's like Twilight, sorry, and be turned off, or they're going to expect it to be like Twilight, and that's like, they're teenagers that want that sort of like teen romance thing, and then that's what people are writing for. And there's really no good literature like Salem's Lot or like Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice, which is also a really cool movie, or I don't know, Mimnock the Devil, or even Bram Stoker's Dracula. Like, there's nothing like that anymore, wherein the purpose isn't to be like sexy and it's about love and desire and passion. It's like these things are monsters that are terrorizing people who are genuinely afraid of them. That's really the crux of it, and that's what I really appreciate. Although, I mean, there are some vampire things where I appreciate the romance too, but it makes me really sad. And I wish that other people could appreciate vampire books and vampire movies, but they don't because of what I said before, because they expect it to be like Twilight, and I can't even watch them with my friends because I don't think that they're going to like it, and I don't know, it makes me really sad. There's so many things that I really like that I feel like everybody else would hate, and I have to like them alone. And such is the struggle that I live. I meant to watch that D. Antwoord short film before I made this video so I could comment on it, but I don't know, I'll watch it later. I'll comment on it later. It's in my mind, I'm gonna do it. So yeah. As far as like, because I recommended a TV show to you, the TV show I'm watching right now is obviously Peaky Blinders. I have 1 episode left of the new season that just came out. That's in season 3, but there's only 6 episodes a season, so it's not like I've been watching that much. But yeah, it's so good. I love it. I started rewatching a little bit of True Blood and a little bit of Shameless, because those are 2 of my favorite TV shows, and I don't know, I like to casually watch things while I'm cleaning. So I'll like turn on an episode of that, or I'll, or while I'm doing other things like cleaning, cooking, whatever. Or I'll turn on like radio shows. I'm really into radio shows. I like Howard Stern a lot, and I like Joe Rogan a lot, but all 4 of those things I can't really listen to right now, because the issue with True Blood and Shameless is that there's just a lot of sex scenes, and I'm so afraid to watch them without headphones because I feel like if anybody else heard them, they would think that I was watching porn, and that would be really embarrassing because I hardly know my roommates and I don't want them to walk by my room and hear sex, and there's just so much sex in those shows. So yeah, I've been struggling. And then with Howard Stern and Joe Rogan, they're really, really, really inappropriate. I mean, I guess they talk about sex a lot too, which is like not appropriate, but just like the kinds of things they talk about are really not appropriate. It's a very vulgar show. Like, I'm not recommending any of these things to you. Just like, do not take these as recommendations. Like, don't actually watch any of these things because I really don't think that you'll like them. If you get curious, I mean, I guess, but I really, really, really like high key do not think that you would like them. But yeah, they're just really inappropriate and it would be awkward to listen to. So yeah, I've been like putting in headphones and carrying around my phone with me everywhere so I can listen to the kinds of things I want to listen to. At some point the recording stopped. I don't know where it stopped, so sorry that I was like in mid-sentence and didn't finish the sentence. I don't know where it stopped. Either way, it doesn't matter. Brought a ton of books with me that you can't see right now, but my bookshelf is like right there. We were reading a lot this summer. And what else? I don't have a book recommendation for you, but I do have a poem recommendation for you. I really like, I'm gonna get the title wrong. I think it's The Lockless Door by Robert Frost. It's really, really good, and it's about, so I read a really good description of what it was about, and I am gonna mess it up now. Like a fear of trying new things, I think. And I think it's like sort of relevant as you go into college. But yeah, read the poem, tell me what you think of it, because I like it a lot. And finally, this is gonna take me a little bit of time to find, so hold on. So while I look for it, on Tumblr a while ago, I found some links to a bunch of cool apps to get, like self-help apps that I liked a lot, and I wanted to recommend them to you because I think that you'd like them. But I posted a long time ago, so it's gonna take me a minute. But it's worth it, because you said you were trying to do more self-help stuff this summer. So, just give me a second. I'm gonna get to it. While I do that, though, how about I string together... This is just gonna make the video even longer, but that's fine. While I look for this, why don't I make you a little compilation of all the videos that I made from my visit to Macomb, and we'll get right back to this in just a second after a word from our sponsors. So hold on. Okay. So on last precious time. Oh yeah. This is great.
Tell me what you want, what you really want. Tell me what you want, what you really want. I wanna, really, sing.
I'm so glad that I have them on this. Come on.
Stop it. Stop it. Okay, I'm done.
This is quality material.
I just want to dance in peace. Stop it.
I've been wishing I had one desire, something that would make me never want another, something that would make it so that nothing mattered, all would be clear then. But I guess I'll have to settle for a few brief moments and watch it all dissolve into a single second, and try to write it down into a perfect sonnet, or one foolish line. 'Cause that's all that you'll get, so you'll have to accept you are here, then you're gone. But I believe that love should be tied together, thrown into the ocean in the worst of weather, left there to drown in their innocence. But after me I'm coming to the final chapter. I read all of the pages and there's still no answer. The all that was before I know must soon come after. It's the only way it can be. So I stand in the sun and I breathe with my lungs. I'm trying to spare me the weight of the truth.
Hey Cody, say something to the people of America.
Adverb. Run on and on and on. Where my gerunds at? Parenthetical. Shit, motherfucker, ass tits, cunt, cock, motherfucker, shit, ass tits, motherfucker, shit.
What kind of song is this? I'm glad you took the time to learn the words of the song. Do we just say a bunch of random inappropriate words and put a beat to it and then call it a song? Is that what we've come to? This is terrible. I'm not approved. I have one glasses. I do not approve this message.
Take that shit up off of the wall, put it down on the floor in a glass bowl. You take some fuck, put it up on the wall where the shit used to be. You take that fuck up off of the wall, put it down on the floor with the shit in a glass bowl. Here's another little piece of it for us. You take some fuck, then some shit, then some fuck, then some shit. You got a fuck shit stack, a fuck shit stack. Take some fuck, then some fuck, then some shit. You got a fuck shit stack, a fuck shit stack. It's a stack of shit on top of itself, nigga. I make references to weapons, 18 shit, 20. I'm afraid of all sense of importance, which I can never retain on my own. I like to create a memory of incredibility, so your motherfuckers could never get near me. I'm a cartoon character. You'll never be able to be like me. Me. I like women. I like the concept of a woman. I like to take that concept and reduce it to an object. I like to take those objects, put them in my videos, have them jiggly bits so they look like hoes. I like to take that turn all over their ass and blow that shit out so it looks like fresh peaches. I like to take some more shit out so it looks like a ladies man. A Ladies man, I'm a materialist. I'm a materialist. I'll take a piece of shit car and I'll lower the motherfucker. Put some 18-inch rims on the motherfucker. Take some neon, put it underneath the motherfucker. So when I roll around this town, it looks like I hover. A lot to like top model display monitor. Tilt chrome steering column. One side of the glove box. On the fire dashboard. Moving back on headrest. One mounted in the seat. Used to the motherfucking back seat. So when my motherfucking friends go and sit on the
Sharon, do you know this part?
I can honestly say I just don't give a fuck. It takes some fuck, then some shit. Then some shit, you gotta fuck shit stack. A fuck shit stack. Take some fuck, then some shit, then some fuck, then some shit, you gotta fuck shit stack. A fuck shit stack. Take some fuck, then some shit, then some fuck, then some shit, you gotta fuck shit stack. A fuck shit stack. Take some fuck, then some shit, then some fuck, then some shit, you gotta fuck shit stack. A fuck shit stack. It's a stack of fuck shit on top of itself, nigga. Yo, where my girls at? Where my girls at? Where my grills at? Where my grills at? Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Where my grills at?
Hey, so I can't find the exact post, but I will continue to look for it because I definitely saved it. It'll just take me a bit. But in my pursuit of it, I found a lot more really interesting things that I think will benefit you in this transition from high school to college and also in your life in general. So if you want to go on Tumblr in your free time and look up, I thought they were self-help apps, and I think that that's what mine were. But if you look up like organization apps in the search in Tumblr, there's some pretty good ones here that I think you might be interested in at least checking out to, you know, help you get your life in order. Yeah, so, and when I find the other thing, I will put it in another video or I'll text it to you, whatever. So yeah, let's see. Is that all? I think that's all. So yeah, that's the end of this video. I was going to like say this big apology for taking so long to respond to you, but then at the beginning of your video you said it took you a long time to respond to me, probably like a month or more, and that's around the time it's taken me to respond, so I guess now we're even. So yeah, good talk. I'll see you later.